January 2024, and it's New Year's resolution time. I had the goal of getting 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and to get an average of 200 watch hours per video. Oh, and post a video every 4 days. Now, 2025 has started, well, like 5 months ago, almost probably 6 months ago when you see this video. Definitely haven't done any of those. But I definitely have made progress towards those goals. I was ready to give it all I had, which was 15 hours a week. You know, pretty good, in order to rise to the level of Mr. Flippin' Beast. Now, I didn't do great at following this goal, but I definitely did better than before I had this big goal in the first place. You know, by averaging like 20 watch hours per video and having like 800 subscribers and posting like every 6 days. But the problem is that while my videos were doing decent, they weren't the type of videos that I had planned my channel around. Instead of these self-improvement videos that I make now, you know, talking about my experiences and trying to drag research and all that into it, they were focused around fringe health topics, to say the least. Vegetable oils, plastic, food dyes, toilet paper. These videos did get views, but they weren't in line with what I had imagined the channel to be. And that was bad because all my previous videos, which I thought I had some good videos back then, were going to be useless to these new group of viewers I wanted, which wasn't inherently wrong. But I needed to make a choice whether or not I was going to switch my channel there. And the only way I was able to figure this out was through reflection. And let me tell you how. I sat on my bed with very minimal light for about 20 minutes and just thought about what I wanted to make videos about. I thought about whether or not I wanted to make a niche channel, if I wanted to switch over this channel to being about fringe health and stuff like that, and then make a separate self-improvement channel. Thought about just stopping YouTube because I spent all this time making videos and I just had like 500 subscribers at the time. What if I instead just started copying other YouTubers? You know, the whole thought process. Then after that, I went to my desk, I got a book, and I just started writing down everything that I thought about during that conversation with myself, I guess I'll call it. At the time, I really thought it was a waste of time. I thought I just spent all this time to just bicker in my head about what I wanted to do. And I could have just spent this time so much better by actually making YouTube videos. But in reality, it saved me so many wasted videos and so much wasted time that those 30 minutes I spent probably saved me a few weeks of YouTube videos that weren't what I wanted to do. Because, like every YouTuber gets at some point, I was chasing the views and not the message. Only a few weeks later did it actually click for me why so many people recommend some sort of reflection in your life. Sometimes you just get so caught up in your work or just working on something in general that you never stop and think about what you're actually doing, whether or not it's a thing that you should still be doing, whether or not you need to adapt and change to a changing environment. Especially when I was first starting working on something, which is when you should be very open to changing your methods. Because one, you got no idea what you're doing. And two, you also got no idea what you should be doing. Because in 90% of cases, what you first start doing is not what you should end up with after a long time on the process. Mostly because you were an idiot and now you're just a little bit less of an idiot. In order to implement this, you just have to do a few things. So first, every single day, just include some form of reflection activity. Meditation, journaling, prayer, even ranting to a friend can work. As long as it's more about talking about things you're going through and not gossiping about other people. It shouldn't really be too long because you want this to be sustainable. So if you're doing your first ever reflection activity, just keep it down to like 3 minutes. That's right, in the morning or something, just do 3 minutes of some sort of like meditation. And over time, you can increase it more and more. And when you have a lot of thoughts going around in your head, just stare at the unmoving wall or stare at the unmoving ceiling and just do nothing except think about what's going on with your mind. Could be a big argument, could be an anxiety, could be anxiety about some business venture, could be relationship drama, anything that gives you a panic attack, basically anything that's, you know, messing with you. The goal is for you to slow everything down and just spend 10 to 20 minutes thinking about what's going on with the situation, why it happened, and what you're gonna do moving forward. I've both done this with arguments with my family and my YouTube channel in the past, and it's a really good idea to just get the thoughts out of your head, to try to get rid of that weird feeling that you have in your stomach, and to just think through it, think about why it happened and what I'm gonna do moving forward. Just what's my next step? Because when something goes down, that's all you can really do. And so you do what you gotta do and then you move on. Combining daily reflection and then along with this, just be mindful of what's going on with you. Like when you get a really strong desire, just try to notice why you're getting that desire and what's pushing you and whether or not that's a desire you want to follow. Combining that with doing nothing when a big thing happens and just daily reflection, it's going to make you into a much more stable, well thought out, calm, aware person. Our generation is really bad at this, and that's the reason why I made this video. Gen Z is the opposite of reflection. We are absorption. In this case, absorption of content. I've heard from so many of my friends that once they actually get off their phone and stop scrolling, the thoughts in the whole day just start rolling into their head because they hadn't given their brain any time to actually think through this stuff. Which kind of makes sense. If you're just watching videos all day, when do you have time to contemplate what went on that day? Phones are great, but they need to be balanced with a real life existence. An existence very few people between the ages of 13 and 20 and really all the way up to 100 have down. That's why I'm calling for a social revolution. A social revolution you can join by changing your relationship with phones and people today and change how it all works in society. You can check that video out right over here in order to get the full scoop. And don't forget to do a reflection activity, be reasonable with it, and think better. I'll catch you over in this video right here.